Coming up on Living Well, wellness, inside and out. You know, it's not unusual for mental health problems, stress, and of course anxiety to play a major role in our overall physical health. So are prescription drugs really the answer? Or can alternatives be found in diet and exercise? Today we're going to sit down with two experts in mental health and in ethics to explore these issues and more right now on Living Well. Hello and welcome to Living Well. I'm Jennifer Holloway. Living Well brings you the very best in leading a healthy lifestyle and also incorporating wellness throughout your day, even at the office. For those of you who are watching the show live right now, we need your help with our program. Participate with us, please. You're going to notice a section on your computer screen. Do you see it? It's where you can submit questions for our guests here today. We have two of them here in the studio. You can also chat amongst each other about our topics that we'll talk about. And we have some good ones today. You're definitely going to relate. I feel sure of that. So please participate throughout the broadcast, and we'll do our best to get to your questions a little bit later on in the show. So what are we talking about? Well, today our topic is wellness, inside and out. And joining me here in the studio today is a mental health expert from the Bay Area and a social and behavioral science instructor from St. Petersburg College. We'll start with Jay. Jay Schrader. He's certified as an addiction professional and licensed as a mental health counselor. He has 30 years of experience in the field of social services and currently has a full-time private counseling practice in Clearwater, Florida. Also with us here today is the beautiful Tara Newsom. She's worked with various local and state governments as well as the federal government on a variety of health issues. And she received her Juris Doctorate from Mercy School of Law in Detroit. And she is currently a social and behavioral science instructor right here at the beautiful St. Petersburg College campus. Today they'll address some of the many things that we face today with stress in our lives, depression, anxiety. I know you've heard that word before. We'll even throw some issues of morals and some other talk as well. Also later on in the show, we're going to talk with nationally syndicated radio host Dennis Prager. He's got a great interview and some good insight. And today we're going to take you inside a fitness class you may not know much about, but you need to learn. It's called Zumba. It's fun as well. And today a great recipe from Chef Tatiana. She has something healthy in store for good food and good living. So it'll be a great show. Sit back. Maybe you're enjoying your lunch right now. If you are, we want you to enjoy the show and get ready to start living well. All right, so let's start with our guests here in the studio, Jay and Tara. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Let's just throw it right out there. Stress. Does everybody have it? Does it affect us as much as we think it does? Jay, I'll start with you.
Well, yes, it affects everyone to some degree or another. And stress is usually perceived as some kind of a change in routine, an external event or situation that changes the normal routine. The National Institute of Mental Health defines stress as the brain's response to any demands placed upon it.
Okay.
And the demands can be triggered by a variety of factors. They can have a positive or a negative impact, and they can range from mild to severe. And this response to stress is the brain's way of adapting to changing situations.
Okay, all right. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Tara, let's bring you into this discussion. Where does stress manifest itself from the standpoint of ethics?
You know what? Stress occurs when we perceive a demand on us that we can't meet. Okay. And this can affect our ethical choices because sometimes we all want to make everyone happy. We want to meet those demands, but we sometimes entertain ethical shortcuts, and those ethical shortcuts can get us into a little bit of trouble. So what we need to sort out first is what's a real demand on our time and what's a perceived demand on our time, and try and reduce the stressors that we can, because if we can visualize how we'll feel professionally and personally when we make those ethical shortcuts, right, I think that it's a better choice to reduce the stressors than adjust our ethical barometer.
And that's not always easy to do.
No.
All right, Jay, stress is oftentimes said to be related to anxiety and depression. Do you think that's the case?
Yes, the brain's response to stress, releasing chemicals and hormones into the body, can be helpful for short-term crisis situations. But those same kind of changes over prolonged periods of time can have a negative impact on the body, such as lowering the body's immunity to illnesses, disrupting digestive system, or even disrupting reproductive organs. And this disruption of balance in the system can make it more difficult to complete even normal, ordinary tasks. So if you think about somebody who experiences depression or anxiety, sometimes even a minor amount of stress can escalate their symptoms to where it starts creating difficulty for them. There are some national surveys that are used to assess mental disorders in the United States. And in 2006, the survey of adults in the U.S. indicated 11.2% of the population had experienced significant psychological distress in the prior 12 months. That equals 49 million people.
49 million.
A lot of folks.
That's a lot of folks, and a lot of these folks are turning to prescription drugs to ease that anxiety and to ease the stress. Now, you know, we were looking at some reports from Aetna, and they're reporting a high number of prescription drug use up. Do you think that's a good idea, Tara?
You know, the medical profession has done, and pharmaceutical companies have done a great job educating us about stress, anxiety, and depression, and the underlying chemical imbalance, which we all know is a reduction of serotonin in our system. And that's one contributing factor to stress and anxiety and depression, but there's other contributing factors. Because certainly one of the attractive qualities of pharmaceuticals is that they help mitigate stress and anxiety and depression quickly.
Instant
That's right.
fix.
And that if we recognize that it's a journey,
yes,
and that if we take the time and we make the time in the cadence of our everyday life, that we might be able to create a more sustainable level of happiness.
Right. Self-awareness.
Yes.
So important.
Yes.
Jay, your thoughts on these?
Well, recent trends in prescription psychotropic medications show an increase from 1996 to 2006. Psychotropic medication refills increased from 121 million to 274 million, over 100% increase. And if you look at just the antidepressant medications by themselves, during that same period of time, it went from 59 million to 156 million, almost a 200% increase. So there's definitely an increase in the use of those medications. What we don't have is similar information about alternative remedies, homeopathic remedies, or over-the-counter substances that people might use to treat some of their ailments.
What are some of those that they typically use?
Well, some people might use SAM-E for depression, or others might use melatonin to help with disturbances in their sleep. And what I believe is true is that if we were to get that information, it would show increases in those, non-prescription supplements as well. And I believe it has to do with greater awareness, greater education about the fact that there are alternatives. There are other treatments or remedies available, and people are having more choice now.
Reach out and just ask someone. That's all you need. All right, good. Well, I don't know if you've heard the term before, but happiness is not a mood or feeling. Perhaps you've heard that phrase. Well, the man behind that phrase is nationally syndicated radio host Dennis Prager. And he was here in St. Petersburg recently, and our St. Petersburg College correspondent, Mr. Jerry Cade, had the lucky opportunity to catch up with Dennis at an event in St. Pete. So let's see more about what this popular phrase is all about. Jerry.
Thanks, Jen. We're coming to you from the historic Palladium Theater in downtown St. Petersburg, Florida. And I'm here with internationally known radio talk show host, Mr. Dennis Prager. Dennis, thank you so much for taking time to speak to us today.
It's great to be here, Jerry. Thank you.
We're so glad. You speak often on the topic of happiness is not a feeling, it's a moral obligation. Could you tell our listeners a little bit about what you mean by that?
Yeah, we owe it to everyone in our lives to be, or at least to act, as happy as possible. To inflict one's bad mood onto another, forgive the analogy, but it's so perfect I have to be a drop gross, is like inflicting bad breath or body odor on another. Why do we shower every day? It's not for hygiene, it's to smell good. We should shower our mood just as we shower our body. And we owe it. I owe it to my wife, I owe it to my children, I owe it to my friends, I owe it to my co-workers at work. I think I owe it to the guy next to me on the airplane. I don't expect to have a discussion the whole trip, but I don't want to sit next to a morose person.
Yeah, it's kind of antidote for the rudeness that exists in our culture these days.
Well, generally, again, and this is a big part of my theory and my presentation tonight is that happier people are going to treat people better to begin with. When are people most likely to be kindest and most altruistic? When they're most happy.
Yeah.
Happiness is an ethical issue.
All right. What's the relationship between emotional wellness and spiritual wellness, would you say?
Well, I can imagine that an atheist can be a happy person. But putting aside exceptions, I think that one who, and I'm going to, if I may, I'm going to constrict spiritual to specifically God-centered in some way. Okay. To acknowledge that there is a good God who governs the universe is to have an utterly different view of life than to believe that there is just random cruelty and random suffering. To think that there's meaning in the final analysis to all of this is going to make you a happier person.
So you would say religious people have potential to be happier than non-religious?
Well, not just potential. In our society, I'm not speaking about all religions. Some yes, some no. But in our society, every poll by totally secular organizations reveals that religious people are happier. Among other things, not only for the God reason, for the human reason. I'm a Jew who attends synagogue virtually every Saturday. That group of people in the synagogue, they're my friends. They're my companions through life. It's a big deal to see them each week. In fact, I don't even know if I go so much for the prayer as much as I go to be with kindred spirits one day a week.
Yeah. Some religious people aren't very good representatives of their religion.
Jerry, don't start me. The best advertisement for atheism is a miserable religious person.
All right, well, we'll go back to our studio. Thanks again, Dennis, for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
And Jen, back to you.
All right, Jerry, thanks so much. Let's get back now to our discussion, but let's bring a word that we just heard into this discussion, religion. How does one's spiritual or religious beliefs affect their emotional wellness, or does it? Tara?
You know, I love this topic. It's a topic that everybody runs away from because it's so personal, but that's why it makes it so important to really talk about. Over 90% of Americans believe in God or some type of spirituality, and that belief system builds their moral code, the way that they make decisions. And so when we look at decisions and we look at emotional wellness and we think about how that all comes together, it really flows naturally. And so when we make good decisions based on that morality flowing from religion and spirituality, and we make good ones, it feels good, especially when we make them based on the right reasons. This, though, has an internal conflict in our society because we don't like to celebrate the fact that we have this shared moral code. In fact, we sort of have this internal conflict in our country that your individuality based upon your religion or your morality can't coexist with a shared moral code. And I think that's ridiculous. It's bunk because you can have an individual personal code that is that can coexist with a society, as long as that shared morality is prefaced on tolerance and mutual respect. And I think that if we acknowledge that spirituality and religion helps us make good decisions and we don't run from it, and that we have a mutual respect and a mutual tolerance, that we can have a much more well and happy and sustainable society.
So tolerance is really
absolutely,
a key word there,
and that you
isn't
can
it?
have your own individuality, but that doesn't detract from our society's sort of code of conduct that will help us reduce conflict.
Right. Just be less judgmental sometimes. It's
hard to do,
I suppose.
yeah, hard to do.
All right, Jerry, for you, let's talk a little bit about human interaction. A lot of people are on their computers and they're texting, and there's less interaction. Can this affect your spiritual wellness?
I certainly believe so. Human interaction is a basic need. There's demonstrated research that shows social interaction improves health, normal development, and increases longevity in life. Being included, feeling belonging to or nurtured by others is a basic human need. And the convenience of mobile communication, text messaging, social networking, and other forms like that has become just that. It's convenient. It's no longer impossible for us to communicate with people at great distances, so we tend to live in isolation. In fact, it's not unusual to live apart from extended family or immediate family, and about 27% of American adults live alone, as a matter of fact. So the convenience of being able to communicate with people in other ways certainly has a positive side to it, in that it allows access to people who maybe did not have that ability before.
Mm-hmm.
The flip side of that, though, is that it changes the kind and the content of the communication that we're having. So the research is still going on. There's definitely some change occurring in the way that we're communicating, and we've already determined that change leads to stress, and here we are talking about what we can do to manage the stress. So I guess we'll see how it goes.
But we still need that human interaction, that human being around others. And I think you'll both agree that not only is that a positive thing for keeping up your spiritual wellness inside and out, but also exercise as well. And there's a good way to do that. You can actually mix group competitiveness, if you will, with exercise, and we're going to show you how to do that. In this next story here on Living Well, our reporter Zach Taylor caught up with Dr. Kasia Ostrzenska. Now, she works at the Bay Medical Center and has an incredible Zumba class. Let's check it out. Zach?
Thanks, Jen. We're here at the Bay Medical Center with Dr. Kasia, a certified board internist and certified Zumba instructor. How are you doing today, Dr. Kasia?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. So today we're here to talk about Zumba. I know a lot of people are wondering out there, what's my benefit of doing Zumba? What do I get out of it?
Well, there's obvious benefits. We all know that exercise in itself is a best form of natural antidepressant. Your endorphins go through the roof and you're feeling great and energized. If you are uplifted and you feel great and you're laughing and joking and you remember that funny thing that happened when Dr. Kasia kind of tripped and fell on the floor, you know, that makes the day go by maybe a little bit easier the next day. Plus, if you're healthy, everything else, you know, falls into place. So if you're healthy cardiovascularly, if you're healthy, you know, brain-wise, if you're sleeping enough, if you're eating the right things, when you start exercising, you start to put other things in place as well. So overall, the whole wellness package is kind of completed.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Kasia, for your time. And it looks like you're ready to go teach a class. Would you mind if we pop next door with you and interviewed a few of your students?
Absolutely not. I'd be delighted.
Well, I'm interested to hear what they have to say. Thank you so much. So what is it exactly that you like about Zumba?
It's very hard to say it in one word. As I said, it's wonderful. It's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Physically, it makes me feel better. Mentally, it makes me feel better. I just love coming here and being with Kasia and all the other girls. We get along really well, and it's something to look forward to.
What is it about Zumba that you like the most?
I love the energy. Zumba is a great way to release all the stress from a very long day.
Releasing all your stress, so it's great for your mind, not just your body?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because you totally lose yourself into it. You know, you listen to the music, and you don't worry about the sore muscles that you may have tomorrow, you know, that you should have tomorrow. You just lose yourself in the music and go kind of crazy.
I have to say it's my drug, is what I call it. It's definitely my drug. It's my adrenaline, it's my drive. It was my everything for me. It was the #1 starter of my weight loss. I started with Zumba, and then from that point on, I learned about nutrition. I learned about what it can do for your body, and it was a mind over matter for me, absolutely. I lost 77 pounds in this, and I will never go back. You know, been there, wore that t-shirt, and I'm never gonna go back.
From the Bay Medical Center, I'm Zachary Taylor. Back to you, Jen.
Right. Thank you, Zach, for that story. Now, if you'd like to learn more about all of the medical, cosmetic, diet, and fitness programs at Bay Medical Center, and they do have a lot to offer, check out their website at baymedical.com. All right, let's switch subjects one more time. Tara, I'll start with you. People make mistakes. We all do every day. Some people take those mistakes and kind of puts them in somewhat of a depression. They don't see that they can learn. How can people learn from making mistakes and leading a happy, well life?
You know what, decisions are more than that. We know that. Decisions are learning tools. And when we make good decisions, we like to pull apart those decisions and look at the factors that contributed to the good outcome. And we have to do the same thing when we make decisions that don't work out the way we want it to. And we have to critically think about what are the factors that influenced us in making those decisions. And that goes back to that inward conversation and that self-responsibility. And I think that when we develop a full understanding of why we made decisions that didn't work out the way we wanted to, that understanding becomes part of our arsenal as we approach the next set of decisions. But we have to always think about life as a choice. It's a choice. And so if you choose to take something that didn't work out so well and turn it into, you know, lemonade, then usually good things will flow from that. But one of the things that we all do, and we need to give ourselves a break, is we all are very, very hard on ourselves. And I think what we need to work on as a society and as individuals is understand that we're all good people, our hearts are in the right place. When things don't work out, it's not the end of the world, and that if we do a little bit of be our own friend, follow our moral and our spiritual code, realize that sometimes it's not going to work out the way we want it to, learn from those mistakes, will create that sustainable happiness that I think we're all looking for.
And perhaps that big word tolerance, being tolerant with others, maybe being tolerant with yourself.
Absolutely, absolutely. Be your own friend. I mean, we're human, we're human.
All right, good answer, I like that. What about leading this healthy lifestyle now? We talk about doing it, but are there any keys you think, Jay, that help you maintain that track? What would be your advice?
Taking practical steps to maintain your health and your outlook on life can reduce or even prevent the negative effects of stress. And certainly engaging in taking care of your own physical health, engaging in restorative or enjoyable activities, staying in touch with people who can provide emotional and other support, friends, families, community, setting priorities, deciding which are those tasks that need to be done and which are the ones that you can take a pass on. And at the end of the day, giving yourself a pat on the back for what you've gotten accomplished rather than spending too much time worrying about what didn't get done.
Right.
Probably the greatest key, though, to stress management is being able to recognize early warning signs. Since it usually starts rather subtly, it's a good idea to notice if you are having difficulty sleeping, if you find yourself increasing your use of alcohol or drugs, if you're easily angered or feeling depressed or having low energy, that's really a cue to contact your health professional and just check to see what's going on.
Very good. All right. Thank you both for that advice. All right. Now we talk about comfort foods. You've heard that term before, of course, when you're feeling down or you're feeling stressed. Well, unfortunately, many comfort foods may not be the best thing for us. Well, today, Chef Tatiana is going to show us a great and healthy recipe that's sure to feed your body, your mind, and your soul.
Your diet can be the key to manage stress in your life, and some feel-good foods may be right in your kitchen's pantry. Hi, I'm Chef Tatiana. Our minds and bodies cope better when we get in the right foods, filled with essential vitamins and minerals. Today, I'm going to show you a recipe to help you eat your way out of stress and boost your overall energy. And by the way, it's easy to make. Let's get started. We're gonna use some baby spinach, mixed green, and arugula. Our dressing is gonna be fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, some olive oil, salt, and pepper. Then we're gonna top it off with some pine nuts. And our beautiful salmon is gonna be grilled to perfection so we can top off our salad. And we're gonna start by seasoning our beautiful salmon, some salt and pepper. And we're gonna have our grill pan on high heat so we can get all those beautiful marks. The idea here is to get a nice crust on the fish, golden beautiful color. So let's take a look. Yeah, that's the color that we want to get. After cooking the fish 2 minutes on each side to get that color, we're gonna finish it in the oven. We're gonna cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how you like your salmon cooked. The next step in our recipe is going to be making our dressing. And for that, we're going to use fresh squeezed grapefruit juice, some salt and pepper, and some extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna give her a quick whisk, and it's ready. That's simple. We're gonna set this aside, and we're gonna put our greens together. So we have our beautiful arugula and some baby spinach. Spinach is a very versatile green vegetable because you can eat it raw, you can eat it cooked, and you can find it all year round. We're gonna toss our salad with our vinaigrette. Give it a quick toss. Our salad is ready. Let's take a look at our salmon. Smell delicious. We're gonna set it here. So we have all our mixed greens ready to go. And something that is good about this recipe is that you're gonna feel good about eating it. Our beautiful salmon. And some pine nuts. So what do you think? Easy, right? For more information on this recipe and many others, visit my website at personalchefoftampabay.com. And remember, reducing stress just might be as easy as eating the right foods. From the Roll and Pin Kitchen Emporium, I'm Chef Tatiana. Bon appetit.
Thank you, Tatiana. And of course, as she mentioned, you can also get other recipes from her website directly. Go to personalchefoftampabay.com and also check out the Rolling Pin Kitchen Emporium. They carry some very unique and hard to find items that you might like to have in your own kitchen, and they even offer fantastic cooking classes because you can never learn enough about cooking, I've decided. Okay, now it's time to say thank you for sending in questions. We do have several from our audience today. I'll start with the first one, who's sending in anonymously, and that's totally fine. Question for you, Tara. Is addressing the past a healthy way to deal with depression?
Certainly, we always have to look at our past to figure out what contributed to why we're depressed. And of course, there's many factors to why you're depressed. We talked about that earlier, the chemical imbalances that come along with it, but also the factors that we can really pull apart having to do with your decision making. You don't want to live in the past, but you do want to look at the past as a good indicator of what happened and try and pull that apart and critically think, what went wrong that that got me to this point, or what contributing factors got me to this.
Also from Anonymous, but thank you very much. Can one's perception of weight relate to your stress level? Like more weight, more stress, and vice versa?
Well, by all means, and I'm gonna pick up on the word perception.
Okay.
If my perception is that there's a change in my weight, it goes right back to what we were saying earlier about a new demand placed on my brain, and more than likely will increase my stress. However, that same word is a key for how to manage that. If, and I'm going to piggyback on what you just said, Tara, if my perception is critical, self-critical, and looking at the negative side of it, then it's probably going to increase the stress more so than if I look at it as a positive thing, as an indicator of some kind of choice I have and changes that I can make in order to alter what it is I'm perceiving about that.
Great. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you to our audience for sending some questions in. Thank you both for sharing your information with us. And also keep in mind, would you like to see the show again? If so, you can see an on-demand version of this show and other great videos on the great St. Petersburg College Wellness website. There's a plethora of information for you there. So please check it out. Other great resources to help you in leading a very healthy and happy lifestyle. So to all of you, thank you for watching today and for watching Living Well. I'm Jennifer Holloway, and remember, living well is a choice. Have a great day. It's a choice and it's